What's up everyone? Real quick before we start the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. It genuinely means a lot, and comments like this really make my day. Oh, and I was a little sick, so this video might take a bit longer to come out than the other videos, but I hope you guys still enjoy the video. When you think of your childhood, what's the big part that you remember from it? Is it the food you ate? Maybe. Is it the times you went out with your friends and the second you saw the streetlights turn on, you had to go home? Maybe. But most importantly, it's the shows we watched as kids. They made up a big part of our childhood, and to be honest, without those shows, we wouldn't be who we are today. So, we could start off strong. Dragon Ball Z. Ooh, I'm about to glaze this show like crazy. I mean, look at my profile picture. Is there anything else to say? Anyone who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z understands how this show made us all feel. This show has affected so many people, it's insane. It's the biggest anime of all time. This is the only anime where the main character has his own national day. This anime has broken the internet multiple times. It's nothing new. Without Dragon Ball, your favorite anime wouldn't exist. The main character is
me, Goku!
Ask anyone who doesn't watch anime, and 99% chance they'll know Goku. Anyways, if you watched Dragon Ball growing up, I know for a fact that you tried doing a Kamehameha, instant transmission, and of course, the amazing, beautiful, shining Super Saiyan. I mean, this was literally all of us back then. Goku's an amazing character. He's funny, he's strong. I mean, really strong. Goku solos, by the way. Whenever it looks like it's over for Goku, he pushes and breaks through his limits and finds a way to beat the antagonist. He's the
hope of the universe!
All jokes aside though, he's inspired many people to hit the gym and improve themselves, which is insane for a fictional character to have that much impact. Anyways, enough glazing. Let's talk about the show for a bit. Goku was a Saiyan sent to Earth years ago because the planet was going to get destroyed. Goku grew up with humans on Earth and trained his whole life to get stronger. He meets new people while growing up and going through his journeys who become his best friends, and they all become really strong. They fight insanely strong villains. They're all so cold, tough, racist. This man Frieza is running around calling people monkeys. Anyways, Dragon Ball, 10 out of 10. Courage the Cowardly Dog. First, this show is terrifying and underrated. I honestly never hear anyone talk about this show. I watched this show growing up and it was honestly pretty terrifying, but it was some of the best times I've ever had. This show is what got me into horror. By the way, horror videos coming soon. This show was so scary for a kid's cartoon. This show was about a doll named Courage that got adopted by this old lady, Muriel. I think that's how you said her name. And this old dude, Eustace. Yeah, man, do I hate this bald, big nose. Ugh, this man was just a straight D1 hater to a dog. Like, what? This lady was so nice, though. Anyway, so Courage gets adopted and they live in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, there's always some scary monster and ghost appearing out of nowhere, and they always get mixed into it somehow. Courage has to protect his family from the monsters and ghosts, but the thing is, he's terrified. I mean, like really terrified. I mean, I can't blame him. Look at these things. This is nightmare fuel. As a kid, I was so scared of watching this, but at the same time, I loved the feeling. If you never watched this, then trust me, give it a shot and you won't be disappointed. Overall, without this show, I'd never be into horror as much as I am today, and for that reason, I really love this show. Ben 10. If you did not watch Ben 10 growing up, I feel bad for you, yo. Ben 10 was and still is the best cartoon franchise ever. I'm not including the reboot. I don't care. Forget SpongeBob, forget Scooby-Doo, forget Teen Titans Go. Scratch all of that. Ben 10 was the father of cartoons. Ben 10 is so good, yet so simple. This kid got a watch from outer space, and the watch lets him transform into 10 different cool alien dudes, and he beats bad guys with the aliens he turns into. It's filled with action, it's funny, it has a good story. What more could you ask for? Let's be honest, when we were all kids, all we wanted was the Omnitrix. I remember one time my dad got me this Omnitrix toy when I was a kid. I was so happy because I actually thought I'd transform into an alien. So, I ran to the living room, I moved to watch a bit, beep bop, I was gonna transform into way big in the living room. Thank God 6-year-old me never got the Omnitrix out. I got everyone killed. But I pressed the watch, closed my eyes, and man! I'll never forget how disappointed I was that night. My favorite aliens was Forearms, Heat Blast is a close second, and then Diamond Head. But to be honest, I'll probably just chill with Accelerate most of the time. I mean, this dude was moving so fast, everyone was frozen for him. By the way, that speed is nothing compared to my glorious King LeBron. And we can't forget about the villains and the side characters in this show. Gwen, goated. Grandpa Max, goated. Kevin, goated. Rook, goated. The thing with these side characters is none of them were annoying. I mean, yeah, some of them were, but they didn't get that much screen time, so who cares? But the main side characters, they were all fun to watch. They all got a decent amount of screen time, and when they did get screen time, you didn't want to rip your eyes out. Anyways, on to the villains. Well, one villain specifically, Vilgax. He had Black Air Force energy at all times in the original Ben 10. The first time he pulled up on Ben, he did Ben how Itachi did Sasuke. Every episode Vilgax was in, it was a 10 out of 10 episode. In Alien Force and Ultimate Alien and Omniverse, he wasn't as menacing and cold, but he was still a 10 out of 10 villain. Overall, this show impacted me so much as a kid and many other kids. It had 6-year-old me always slapping my wrist and whooping my cousin acting like I was Ben 10. Last but definitely not least, Beyblade. Beyblade was that serious. I've seen a lot of TikToks recently talking about Beyblade is not that serious. Growing up, a lot of people, if they didn't watch Dragon Ball or Naruto as their first anime, then they watched Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Beyblade. And I grew up with Beyblade. In this universe, everyone just has a spinning toy. It's not a toy! My bad. Everyone has a Beyblade and their Beyblade has like this Pokemon type thing inside it. So I don't remember this, but the Beyblades are apparently connected to your soul, which is some insane ritual worship type of stuff going on. Whenever I was watching the show, I was always wondering, like, how are the people getting beat up? I mean, they were all dusty and scarred up like they were throwing hands. I can't imagine these guys going to tie their soul with a spinning toy though. Like, that's that's insane. The main character, Jinka's blade, was Pegasus. Yeah, he was pretty cool. Oh yeah, and the side characters also had some cool blades. For example, uh, yeah, there's nothing. But the main reason the show was so good back then was because of one character and one character alone, Ryuga. I don't know what it was about him, but every time he was on screen, he was just so cool. He had a big ego, he was strong as hell, and he could definitely back it up. I mean, that one episode where he didn't even need to let it rip. He just tossed his Beyblade and it still beat the other blades. Ryuga's blade was El Drago. Man, look at this thing. Beyblade had some crazy moments though. Bro was literally going Super Blade 2. And we can't forget that in this show, I'm not joking when I say this, but in this universe, even Moses had a Beyblade and that's what he used to split the water. I wish I was joking. But still, even though it was so stupid, in a way it was really enjoyable as a kid. And we cannot forget about that theme song. Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. Yeah, overall this show was amazing and I'm glad it was a part of my childhood. Anyways, that's the end of the video and I hope you guys did enjoy.
1、2、3、にゃ、ありがとう。にゃ、1、2、3、にゃ、ありがとう。